Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at example 3 from section 7.4, substitution. This is when you have fractional coefficients, so your coefficients in front of your variables are fractions. So there's a number of different ways you can do this. In the first one, what I'm going to do is, you'll notice that this is equal to y already, so I can just substitute that in directly right away. I think that's a good idea. You could get rid of the fractions now by multiplying by the greatest common factor of 6, but again, that's just going to create fractions again anyway. So what I do is I'm going to substitute this in right away for y. So I'm going to substitute equation. Again, remember, name your equations. There's equation 2. Here is equation 1, right? So we just name our equations, okay? So those, we're not multiplying by anything, it's just equation 1, equation 2, so you know what I'm referring to. So we take equation 1, and everywhere we see y, we're going to substitute in 1/4 x minus 5/3. So get rid of the y, and I put in, I'm going to get my bigger brackets here, sorry, my apologies. So open up my brackets. Alright, and then I put my fraction in there, we go. So 1/4 x, 1/4 x minus 5/3. It's one of my bigger brackets. Okay? And that'll give me the x variable. So now what we're going to do is we multiply fractions. When we're multiplying fractions, you multiply the numerator and you also multiply the denominator. That's important that we remember that. Okay? So the 1/2 x is fine for now. So 2 times 1 would give us 2x, and 3 times 4 would give us 12 in the denominator, right? So that's gone. Okay? Oh, sorry, I don't need these brackets anymore because I'm actually multiplying that out, right? And then the 2 times 5 would give us 10. Oh. And the 3 times 3 would give us 9. Okay? And there we are. Alright? So, if you notice, this will actually simplify. The 2 over 12 will simplify to 1/6. So we can simplify that down to 1/6. Alright? Okay? And then you're looking for a greatest common the least common multiple between 2, 6, and 9. So basically, you're looking for a common denominator, which is the least common multiple. So it'll be 18, right? 9 times 2 is 18, and 6 times 3 is 18. So we want to multiply everything here by 18. So all the terms you want to multiply by 18. You could add these together now if you wanted to, or you can do it later on. I'll do it later on. Like I said, then you could find a common denominator. Like I said, it doesn't make a difference. But I'm going to multiply everything by 18. But if you wanted to, you could change the 1/2 into 3/6 and add them together and get the 4. So it's fine. There's a number of ways you can approach this, right? So maybe we'll do that just to see what happens. So I take the 1/2 and I also simplify. I find a common denominator between the two x terms, and that becomes 3 over 6. Okay. Now I can add those two together. This actually might work out better. And again, this is just a comfort level. So add these together, you get 4/6x. Okay? Right? And now, this will actually simplify down to 2/3. Once we add those together, we can now simplify those down to 2/3. And it makes the common denominator 9 now. Right? So again, it's just a different approach and comfort level. It doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, you'll end up with the same. So I want to multiply everything by 9 here. Okay? So I'll multiply this by 9, I multiply this by 9, and I multiply this term by 9. Every term has to be multiplied by 9. Alright? In doing so, sorry, I'm going to copy that and just put that as my next step. My apologies. Bring that back to where it was, just so you can see what I did there. My apologies. Again, just rewriting the step. And then now we can simplify it. So 9 times 2 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So that whole thing becomes 6. That's why we did it. 9 divided by the 9 leaves you with negative 10. And 9 times 1 is negative 9. Okay? And this is what you end up with right here. Okay? Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add the 10 to both sides. So we add 10 to both sides, so that's gone. So it'll be plus 10, right? And then we have 6x is equal to 1. And divide both sides by 6. And x is equal to 1/6. And you're done. That's it. And then you want to get your y value, so you're going to substitute in. I recommend substituting in the equation 2 for obvious reasons. It's already set equal to y, so that's my recommendation. So we rewrite equation 2. I'm going to substitute the x value we got was 1/6, so we take that 1/6. Literally everywhere we see this, everywhere we see that, we're just going to put in 1/6, right? So we see x, we just put in 1/6. I'm going to insert a bracket there with a fraction of 1/6, because that's what x is equal to. And I'm going to solve for y. All right. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 2 is, 4 times 6 is 24, so it'll be 1/24. And then we got to find a common denominator, and obviously common denominator would be 24, so the 3 becomes 24, we multiply by 8. 5 we multiply by 8, we get 40 as well. Okay. And then we subtract. So we end up with negative 39, right? Subtract numerators, denominator stays the same. We get negative 39 over 24, which we know can simplify to 13 over 8. Negative 13 over 8. Oh, negative 13 over 8. Okay, so there's a real comfort level here with fractions. All right, so again, I like to show my solution as a coordinate. All right, so the first one was 1/6, and the next one was negative 13 over 8. Okay, so that's your solution. All right, we can double check this. We can verify this on our Desmos program. Right, so we just write our 2 equations in as we see them. So I go to Desmos, put the equations in. There it is. Put the second equation in. Copy, there it is, and find the intersection point at 1/6, which is, this is just showing a decimal. 1 divided by 6 is 0.167, and this is negative 13 over 8. You can double check that on your calculator if you're not sure. And that's it. There's your solution. You're finished. Okay. And that is using substitution with fractional exponents. All right. So what you end up doing is multiplying through by the least common multiple, which is the common denominator essentially, and it allows you to really fix this up. Okay. So there is a check your understanding question there for you guys to work on when you're finished. Okay. There's the answer. I have an answer up for you. There you go. And there's some homework there for this particular section, page 425, numbers 5, 4, 7 through 9, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18 through 20. We'll probably do a few more examples in class just to make sure we got a really good handle on this, okay? But thanks everybody for watching, and if you have any questions at all, please make sure you ask in class, right? We have all the time in class, and I give you the work on these, and we'll be doing those together as well. All right. So in the next video, what we'll do is we'll end up going into the next section, and we're going to use another method. Okay. Thanks everybody, and talk again soon.